Okay, chicos, this is our first lesson for our new flipped classroom. I'm going to try to do the best I can, and you can pause at any time if you feel like you need to write stuff down. You can always rewind and replay things, or speed things up if you want to skip over something. But today is going to be a pretty simple lesson. We're just going to do some new vocabulary. So the newest things that we're going to be talking about is food and drinks and different things that we can eat and drink. And the main question that we're going to use when asking people about this is ¿Qué comes? Or ¿Qué comes para? Which means what do you eat for? And it can be for like any certain meal of the day. The meal that we're going to start with today is el desayuno, right here. So you can ask ¿Qué comes para el desayuno? Which means what do you eat for breakfast? Repeat after me this time. ¿Qué comes para el desayuno? Now, today we're going to focus on breakfast, but I wanted to give you the other words for different meals of the day so you can work ahead if you'd like. The word for lunch is el almuerzo, which we talked about on the last test a little bit. So lunch is el almuerzo. Dinner is la cena. La cena. Okay, so you can use that same question. ¿Qué comes para el almuerzo? Which is what would you like to eat for lunch, or what do you normally eat for lunch? And then ¿Qué comes para la cena? Which is what do you eat for dinner? But back on the breakfast mode. Something that most people have for breakfast is milk, and that's la leche. Leche is milk. Another thing that people drink for breakfast is el agua. El agua. You can eat el pan or el pan tostado, which means bread, or if you say pan tostado, it means toasted bread, or in English we just say toast. Now this word down here, huevos revueltos. Huevos by itself means eggs, and revueltos means scrambled. And if you remember in Spanish, the word order is always opposite. So huevos comes first, and then revueltos comes second. In English, though, you'll see that it's the other way. Scrambled is first and eggs is second. You can also eat el cereal, which looks exactly the same in English as cereal, but in Spanish it's pronounced el cereal. And you can drink jugo de whatever. It's different kinds of juice. So if you want to have orange juice, you say jugo de naranja, jugo de naranja, or apple juice, jugo de manzana, jugo de manzana. You can also have grapefruit juice, jugo de toronja, or jugo de pomelo, and all different kinds of fruits that we can have at breakfast. So to say fruit is las frutas. Another general word, so if you were going to have like eggs, scrambled eggs with some different kind of vegetables, you could say huevos revueltos con verduras. Many adults for breakfast drink café, so I put that in this little vocabulary thing as well. Maybe if it's summer and you're really warm, you drink some limonada, limonada, which is lemonade. You can also drink té, which is tea. And then there's also, maybe during the winter when you're really cold, you drink chocolate caliente, which is hot chocolate. Alright, so those are all the different foods and drinks you could have for breakfast. Going back to this question, ¿Qué comes para el desayuno? If you know that this word comer means to eat, and so when you change it to comes, it means you eat. What would it be if you wanted to ask someone what they drink for breakfast? What is the word to drink in Spanish? Alright, if you said, oh boy, I am not on the right thing. Okay, if you said that the word to drink in Spanish is beber, you would be correct. And so the word to drink, which we learned a while ago, is beber. Let's try to make the question that we started with, which is ¿Qué comes para el desayuno? Into what do you drink for breakfast instead of what do you eat? So the first step would be writing the question word, The question word is what. So to say what in Spanish, we use que. Oh. Now this word beber will come next, but we have to change it to you drink. So we take off the ER and we add an ES. Just like over here, it's que comes, and there's an ES here. For beber, you're going to make it an ES. And then you finish the question the same. So para el desayuno, to say for breakfast. And it's not showing up on the slide. There we go. And of course you want to end with a question mark as well. So to ask what you eat for breakfast is que comes para el desayuno. And then what do you drink for breakfast? Que bebes para el desayuno. Alright, that's the end of our first lesson. Make sure you come to class tomorrow with all of these words copied, as well as practice said out loud. Please also come with at least one question about today's podcast so that I know that you watched and listened to it and were actually thinking during it. Alright, have a great night.